Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to a house in Fata Morgana. Last time, poor old Mel went up to white-haired girl Chan, did a little sneaky sneak, calling her out into the outside world, where he handed her a white rose thing, and she was like, "Nah, I can't accept it. No, absolutely not." Anywho, here we go. You come back and the first thing you say is, "That? I hate you, father. I will not stand for this." Duh. Oh no. Why? Why would he just suddenly throw that on me? He didn't even ask for my opinion. No, I won't do it. I'm fine the way things are. I'm just fine. Dearest Mel, I need your help. I don't want to get married. Oh no, she's way too young for that. That's disgusting. Father, what is your problem? Well, this was back in the 1600s? Back in the old days where kids could get married whenever they want to, buy cars and eat popcorn. This may seem sudden, but I must confess that I made a grave mistake. My transgression is that I was unable to completely predict where this path we were traveling led. My hands were full dealing with my immediate day-to-day tasks. Could do naught but pray there was happiness waiting in the future. Happiness for everyone who lived within Rose Manor. But I am but a mere maid, but I am but. There are limits to what I am allowed to do, and furthermore it was not my place to offer her my hand. Roads, such as the one we were following, have a way of diverging with little warning. If you do not turn the wheel exactly right at those sudden forks, you may end up somewhere horribly off course. I was well aware of that fact, which is why I thought that what I did was for the best. Oh, what did you do? What did you do? Also, is my volume way too loud? Yeah, it is. Hold on. Let me drop it down a notch. Herped. Okay, that should be good. Okay. It's happening again. Oh god, it's the creepy bed thing. I made sure the door was closed, but I can stand someone standing there. Someone watching me. Footsteps. They're looking down at me. I want to open my eyes, but I can't do it. Curses. You're just going to leave without doing anything, aren't you? Then hurry up and get out of here. Free me from this torture. No, tonight they're on my bed now, looking down on me. My neck. I can't speak. I can't move. These cold fingers. That's soft breath. Why? I can move my body. That's not important right now. Oh, jeez. Something's happening. Oh, look at those lashes, boy. Look at them lashes. The white-haired girl. You smell of roses. The scent of a world far removed from ours. Why does she sound like that? He made to gasp at sight before him, only to realize he could not. The pressure of her cold fingertips wrapped around his throat robbed him almost entirely of the ability to breathe. Why? He silently mouthed a word. For that moment, at least, her melancholic ruby eyes were focused wholly on the flaxen-haired young man. In them glowed a faint flicker of willpower and a continuously burning agitation that roused her attention. I told you, stop being so kind to me. Why? It will be all over soon. Please don't make any noise. Why? To put an end to this family. You are my only. Why? Are you shaking? What? Where? Upon hearing Mel's words, strength drained from his slender fingers. He had not been questioning why she would do such a thing. There was, of course, a trace of bewilderment visible in her eyes, but he did not shout, nor did he tremble in fear. He instead expressed concern for the young woman who looked like a cornered rabbit. I'm not shaking. You are. I can see it. As he slowly regained his breath, Mel's voice too grew clearer. Conversely, the red-eyed girl's... Red... What? The white-haired girl now, the red-eyed... Well, okay, we're all just using descriptions now. The red-eyed girls grew progressively more faint and raspy. Her voice, I guess. You're not doing this because you genuinely want to. There's some other reason. This is what I desire. Have you been to my room before? Check out all my cool posters. You have? I'm sorry. Well, I'll be damned. Tell me, why are you shaking? You're putting any pressure on my neck. Why haven't you run? Because I cannot fathom why you would do this, so I'm not afraid. Do you hate me so deeply you ought to be dead? Do you despise me to the point you would be willing to take my life with your own hands? No. No, I don't. See, like I said, there's another reason. If it isn't because you detest me, then tell me, why is it? I'm sorry. I will leave your room now. I'll do my best not to bother you any further, so please forget anything ever happened. Do you think I'm just gonna say okay and let you go? Why can't you tell me the reason? I'm sorry. All right, then I'll try and guess. What? It has something to do with your lineage? You're troubled by it somehow, am I right? I thought so. How do you know that? The priest at the church told me he had seen you before. He also told me a little about your origin. But that's all I know. The only difference between us is social rank. I don't know what would cause you to do this. Please tell me who you really are. Tell me why you came to the mansion and why father allowed you to be a maid. I haven't said anything to mother or father. If you're hiding the truth from them, they still don't know. But I want to. I want to know. I won't get mad at you or have you punished. I'll even swear to God if you'd like. I want to be the prince who whisks you away. I want to be like the prince who rescued the girl from the dark mansion and showed her the world. I know I'm not that dependable, but I want to help you. Why? Why do you show such compassion to me? Why do you treat me like this? I have my hand around your neck. Why? Well, I thought it would be obvious. Or have I not expressed myself well enough? I love you. Every time you push away, it crushes me. I didn't even know my heart could feel such distress. If you dislike me and don't want to be with me, then, well, I'll just have to live with that, I guess. As much as it may hurt. But if you have some other reason, some weight on your shoulders that you can't share with anyone else, tell me! I want to help you. There are other options. Things we can do about your... No, that's not it. I've tried to hate you so many flippin' times. So yes, there's more to it than just social status. Hold on, I don't have my water with me. Where the hell is it? Anyway, sorry, that was gross. But I can't do it. I couldn't make myself do it. What do you mean? I had so many chances, but I couldn't do anything. She spoke in a stifled voice, as if every word had to fight to escape her lips. She appeared so fragile, so precarious, looking down on him that it seemed as though if a gust of wind were to whisk, that's that word again. Freaking balloon whisks through the room. It would blow her away completely. Her pale fingers were trembling, like she had tried to squeeze them again and failed. However, her hand did not pull away from his still, slender neck. Her hand is so cold. He did not challenge her, but simply kept his eyes fixed on hers, as if carefully watching to see what she would do next. I'll say it as many times as I must. And I wouldn't be able to accept losing you without knowing anything. So please, tell me the reason. I'll see to it that you're taken care of. Those are the words of a man of means, Lord Mel. Of someone blessed enough to have pity for others. You are a foolish young man. You know nothing. But the greatest fool of all is myself. If you're going to punish me, I will talk. Tell me. Her long white hair and his soft flaxen hair touched. For just the briefest of moments it appeared in the darkness as though they had fused together. The white-haired girl, having finally gathered the courage, began to slowly tell her tale. On the night of the storm, I paid a visit to Rose Manor, this mansion. My father and I were always on the move, traveling across the land by foot. So it was only recently that we heard rumors of Rose Manor. There are several reasons why we couldn't stay in one place. First is my unusual appearance. People often find the color of my skin or eyes disconcerting. So after living in one place for long enough, unsettling rumors would begin to spread, forcing us to leave. Another reason was my father's line of work. He painted pictures for a living, but he had trouble finding a patron, so he had to work day to day. When he was no longer able to find work in the city, we would move. We were birds that migrated without a flock. When we arrived at this town, my father was exhausted and weak. That is when we learned of Rhodes Manor and the family who dwelled within it. Rhodes is a name my father could never forget. He was, long ago, a painter in service of the Rhodes family. Hold on, your father was an artist here? Yes. It was before I was born, so you probably don't remember, Lord Mill. So, you knew about us before you came here? For as long as I can remember, I've known the name Rhodes. A father was chased from your house just because they didn't like something he painted. The hell? Really? Having failed the Rhodes family, no one would become his Patreon. Just as a good reputation spreads, so too does a bad one. Branded once as a failure, no one will take you in ever again. You nobles throw your parties and spread your gossip about this painter and that sculpture. The Rhodes you tried to give me is an example of that. It was certainly crafted with skill, but the jeweler is only known because some aristocrat spoke highly of him. My father's paintings were no less skillful. His was a talent that could not be easily imitated, but no one was willing to separate the art from the artist. The Rhodes family stole everything from my father, but even thrown out onto the streets, his only skill was painting. That was all he could do to earn a living. What little money we had for food he gave to me. He did anything he could to ensure my survival, even at the expense of his own well-being. My father passed away in this town. Up until his last breath, he was only ever concerned about me. He held me in his arms and ran his fingers through my hair, an apologetic look on his face. If I had a normal appearance, I'm sure life would have been much easier. He was always telling me how sorry he was for making life so hard. Even though it's not his fault I look like this. Why do you look like that? I had to stay in the Rhodes. Sorry. I had to stay in the Rhodes family for putting us. Oh, God. Sorry. I had to stay in the Rhodes family for putting my father through such hardship. I imagined you were still living in decadence, acting as though nothing had ever happened. No, you wouldn't even care about the fate of one simple painter. Our lives meant nothing to you. And so I sought to bring misfortune upon you. And that's why you tried to kill me? In truth, I had wanted to take the master's life, but your father spends way too much time outside the freaking mansion. And so, you're right. If they lost me, it would put my family in a very difficult position. That is the whole of my tale. You now know about my father, and how I feel about you. Having told you of the blackness in my heart, I cannot go on living like nothing has changed. Please, give me punishment. Why? Why would you have me put the one I love through any more misery? My God! I am not fit for your affection. Not only because I'm not aristocratic, but because every time I spoke with you, I did so holding this darkness in my heart. Does that not unnerve you? In the end, it was my family's actions that caused you so much suffering. With that, your father were still alive, perhaps I could have done something. I'm sorry. And besides, you hesitated. You didn't actually kill me. What am I even to punish you for? As you said, you had countless opportunities, but you could not bring yourself to do it. Tell me, why couldn't you kill me? Because If it's because I've given you enough reason to have even the slightest bit of interest in me. Nothing was. I envisioned it. What? I assumed the residents of Rose Manor would be cold. People would believe that wealth would rank man above all. But on the night of the storm, the mistress was the first one to extend her hand to me. I arrived at the mansion disguised as a beggar. Actually, disguise is not the right word. As many nights I only survived on the generosity of others. The mistress did not send me away when she saw me. Quite the opposite. She took me in as a servant. So that was Mother's doing. I could scarcely believe she would invite a stranger into her home, that she would treat a stranger with such compassion. I thought perhaps she knew who my father was, but I had never met any of you before, so she must simply be that kind-hearted a woman. And the mistress continued to treat me with kindness, despite my disquieting appearance and the darkness in my heart. In time I began to grow less and less sure of myself. Was what I meant to do truly right? Were the things I felt truly justified? But it was a certain fact that my father was here, and that he had been chased out. So I decided I should take your life, to put an end to everything before I was wavered any further. And then, you were too kind to me. It's all your fault, because you laugh with such affection, because you give me smiles like that, because you say the things you say. I am sorry. No, don't apologize. I'm so happy to hear that, despite the unusual circumstances. Please don't say you want to leave. Don't ask me to punish you. I couldn't do anything for your father, but at least allow me to do something for the daughter he cared for so dearly. You're far too kind-hearted. You're far too kind-hearted. Mel, I'll be happier with you around. You can become a real aristocrat. Thinking about the Aristocats for a second. Forgot the song they sang. Something about cats. Huh? Your families would be willing to adopt you, especially knowing it would bring them ties to the Royds family in the future. Are you saying, as long as you're okay with that, of course? I don't understand. How you could possibly say that? I have my hand around your neck even as we speak. It seems reasonable enough to me. I'm desperately looking for some way not to have... For some way to not have to lose you. But I couldn't. I don't know any etiquette or any social customs. How could I? You can learn all that. You're pretty and naturally graceful. You'll do just fine. You are such an aristocrat, Lord Mel. What? The way you can come up with compliments so easily. Only for you. Nellie says my poetry has much charm as a dissertation. I don't understand theater. It puts me to sleep. You laughed. Thank goodness. Keep smiling. You don't have to stop. A smile on your face is a smile on mine. No matter how deep the darkness has taken root in your heart, it can always be removed. I believe people are capable of forging their own futures. What do you say we go to the theater sometime? I promise I won't sleep through it. At the private theater. Oh God. At the private theater, we can get seats at the far end of the second floor so we don't have to stand. Oh God, you had to stand back then? Yeesh. They would be pretty lavish seats and it would give you a chance to experience the noble life. But please don't be shy. I can have clothes prepared for you. I'll ask one of the maids who can keep a secret. Say the one with black hair. She kind of scares me though. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. How could you show such... Can we watch the B movie? Can we watch the B movie, please? I try to inflict harm upon you. Am I allowed to feel such joy? For every day you suffered a day of happiness. That's how it has to be. So stand by my side. He softly whispered the girl's name. Wait, what's her name? For several long moments, her lips trembled in trepidation, but in time she squeezed them together and made a smile. He wrapped his arms around her unbelievably slender, frail frame, holding her tight in an affectionate embrace. Ben approached me the next day. He explained to me the course of events and asked me to dress her up more beautifully than any other noble girl had ever been. She was already a very pretty girl, so even without much effort on my part, simply putting her in a dress, she radiated beauty. He was quite partial to a smile, or I was quite partial to a smile, so I agreed to help, thinking that if it would lead to her happiness, I couldn't ask for anything more. I never anticipated that would happen next, though, or what would happen next. Perhaps my hopes were unreasonable after all. Ooh, boy. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to pause it. Sorry for being all over the place, but yeah. I love the dialogue. It's fun. Okay, bye. See you in the next one.